And so he who controls the narrative controls the story, right? So all those arguments have been dialogued and documented. It's happened. But where I won't say where we messed up, but what's messed up is, it didn't trickle down. Integration never happened. Let's start right there. African black culture and the black community has never been integrated into American society, ever.
Right.
You
think anybody's making that?
Right.
Because I think in my opinion, what we're highlighting. Yeah, what I'm saying is, but are we not highlighting that most people don't even know what King and them were even focused on?
That's what I was saying.
And
that's what I'm saying. We were taught that it happened.
We brought that to the table today. We brought that to the table today. And so with the narrative, as you just mentioned, because of assimilation and because of propaganda that William mentioned and the things of that nature, because of it, here we are in 2023, not, in my opinion, not even knowing our own story of even a Dr. King and what they were actually focused on. And I would highlight
that's because we were integrated into their history books. Right.
I'm not disagreeing with anything. That's all.
You're right. No, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just adding context to what you're saying. And so when we say that integration hurt us or harm us. Okay.
It is.
And I just want to add that there is a difference.
I've already highlighted the reason we don't know the stories is for the reason you said. Isn't the next step is to recognize the correct story of what the focus was and to build on that. So I'm not arguing that what happened was okay. I've said nothing of the sort. I am highlighting that based on what I feel like William correctly said was, hey, try to get the protection in place. Here's another step. So the next step would be going for what nobody took that part of the movement. Nobody took that part and moved forward with it. And it'll be go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
I want the sister to make her point. What were you about to say, Queen?
They did like they put on the table everything that they wanted. Like he said, there were conferences to break this whole thing down. So this is going to go back to a minute ago. You were making the point that you will use the word leverage instead of force, because I mean, if that makes a difference, it does make a difference. That goes back into you gotta acknowledge the story, the history, right? There is a difference between force and leverage. We forced them to create and sign the paper, whereas the leverage is to make sure it was carried out. That's the part where we lost the control.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Carried out, not the fact that I don't have to step off the sidewalk
making sure that our ads were honored. It was making sure that our ads.
I'm saying the leverage guy. I could go to jail
but what does that do?
Yeah,
and so that just means there was a shift in how things happen and were enforced. So that's good, man. They can't make us get off the sidewalk.
So before that shift matters. That shift is the accountability of the law. That shift matters. The shift absolutely matters. So I think it would be
the shift don't matter if you're doing it just to protect your investment.
Why we could be on this phone having this conversation right now, because we would have to do this in hiding. Prior to that,
we're on this phone because your dollar got integrated. We on this phone because now we can go to Sprint and AT&T. You can walk down the sidewalk because Nordstrom's can get your money now, and you know what I'm saying, because the white liberal integrated the black dollar. Don't disrespect my consumer.
We have not had to do this in secret, and in secret, only 200,000 out of 10 million enjoy economic equality, while the other 90% has zero average median wealth.
Well, that's how America's set up for everybody. That's how America's set up for everybody, where a few controls the wealth.
Okay,
show me everybody. But what you can find,
Brother William still on the line, and we need Brother William want to add to Brother William ain't been able to get a word in. Brother William want to add.
Matoya know what he's doing when he invite me on this thing.
Matoya's doing. He's doing what he's doing what he's supposed to do and what he knows how to do, which is good. It's good dialogue. Because what I hear, just being objective and hearing what everybody's saying, everybody's agreeing for the most part. You guys are saying the same thing. It's just a matter of right. And so what I would say is, if you take examples like the Emancipation Proclamation, it took 200 years for that thing to totally process to get, slavery abolished. It's not an overnight process. You